Yeah, I mean, no, I agree. Because this question of importance, right, is just like, yo, if it's not important for now, or like if you don't see the thing as important, then you might regret that or not otherwise, right? So this question, what is important and what is not, that's the top question that I want to discuss a little. And because when you don't do this important work, then you start to have this feeling of like, yo, fuck, I should have done this,
Yeah,
wasted.
but for a lot of people, it doesn't come until like they're 40 or something, 45. They just do that unimportant work for so long. They got used to it. They get into a track, like a habits, and then something hits them at like this later age, and they're like, oh, wow, I could have been doing so much other things, but I was just doing this boring work. But
Yeah,
it's too
but
late.
at the same time, all right, we have these people in their 40s, but we have people in their 29s, or like 21st coming up next. Oh, actually, almost this month, so close. That feel like, nah, I'm not feeling like doing this shit today. Or yeah, I know I should be doing this instead of just procrastinating or feeling abysmally abysmal, this word, just this it just outlines the heaviness of this, not burden, but the state of mind that represents this whole hopelessness, like, no, 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 I should be doing this, but rather, no, I'm not gonna do this. And how do we tackle that one, man?
I don't know. There's different strategies, everybody has different strategies, but I would say, this feeling, it's inevitable in this age, in this days. I was just realizing something, like the difference between physical activity and like computer work. It's so completely different. The feeling of what we say self gratification. So like you feel like you did something, you accomplished something. It's completely different. When I go and play basketball and I play a game, win or lose, after that game, I feel like so good. Like just, yeah, it was a challenge. Oh, I need to work on my jump shot. I should have passed to that guy. I should have played better defense. Damn, that guy's really good. Just a lot of feelings, a lot of, just it creates some ambition, of like, exactly what you should do. You know exactly how to do it. You need to just train your body more. But when you're on a computer and it's just like spending time clicking and clicking and just, I need to learn how to do this in this program. And I just have to spend like 5 hours, just seeing through all this recordings and stuff. Yeah, it's not as fulfilling. It's that you don't get the same reward at the end of like, even if fuck, like 1 million people watched it and I got a lot of money, I don't think it would ever like give me the same feeling of a basketball game.
No, that's not true. But it might be just for you, man. Because in this basketball sense, you have this straight up competition on the court. You are put in that circumstance of this, what is the word? Rectangle, like space, Whereas in the computer zone, you don't actually know where you're at. And by challenging yourself at this, I would say measurable, because you know the distance, where the court is. You can actually feel this like sense of a place, You just cannot leave it. Whereas in this, like, when you spend time like, damn, but what if all of this is bullshit and I would never use it over again, in my life, if like making just one simple intro. But to me it's different, because as we're talking about ambitions, man, I think that ambitions and an ambition has to be backed up with diversity. You have to have, or just from my point of view, a set of ambitions that are multilateral, that are like in sport, like in other paths, and at the same time I feel pretty rewarding, like when I just can do some more lifts in the gym. But at the same time I feel, actually some of their techniques, the way I approach or the way I achieve some new heights, some new weights that have been pushed by myself in the gym, that I can also apply some of those techniques into this computer field, and I would get as not common. Fuck, what was the word? I was just like as the same results, in terms of this fulfilling my eager to reward, to get these ambitions, So that's how I feel, I think from my point of view, again, I feel that you don't approach it. You approach it as is, like you approach these two fields as completely separated. But what I've found interesting about it is just like, the same principles applied all across this realms, no matter if it's a sport or just like learning Adobe After Effects. Same shit, man. Languages.
Same shit, but what do you mean? Be specific. In what ways are they the same?
All right. Because I've actually designed some of my principles today, study principles. The first principle is, I should approach, because, I'm going to be specific and a little bit, expressive in this regard. Like, I have a plan, right? I have a workout plan. And some of these plans, like some of their steps require me to like complete exercise, or like I'm gonna give you some examples, right? I do 2 exercise for one muscle group and then switch to another, then do two sets of other exercise for a particular muscle group, and then switch again to back, or did 2 exercise for back today, then switch to biceps or shoulders, and then a back exercise again, the third and the fourth, or something like that. Same shit applied here. When I have this task, right? All right, Chinese or English, you're gonna learn this. Are you gonna do this? Do you have a goal, man? Do you have a plan? Do you know how to measure what you've done? And I just asked this question to myself today. I said, no. Damn, I gotta test my English level in order to understand where I'm at, because I don't know where I go. I had a goal to gain 11 pounds in a month. Not in a month. I just had this goal, and I've almost achieved it in a month. But at the same time, I can apply this, goal orientation, to this computer science or like language learning processes.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about how to set a goal or how to like apply yourself. I'm talking about the feeling of the result when you achieve it. It's not the same, at least for me, in computer stuff as opposed to some physical activity.
For you, man.
Yeah. And I don't know explain like better. Also, like it's also about this animal feeling, right? Joe Rogan has also talked about this, of like the brain has this animal instincts still involved. Like we're programmed as humans to like, we need to eat, we need to have sex, we need to sleep and stuff like that. And when you do these physical activities, physical challenges, the brain's reward, dopamine, is stronger for some things than for others. And for everybody it's different. Some people get extreme dopamine from like, computer stuff. And like for me, I love games. video games. So on that computer field, I could just do that all day long, and I would never feel like I'm not achieving something. So, but when it comes to other things, it's hard to switch the brain to feel the same reward, to feel the same gratification from completing one of those goals. Even if it was hard, it takes a lot of time, whatever. And even if I made money from it. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree, man. For you, that's right. For me, it's different. I have this sense of like, yo, fuck, I've achieved it. Maybe, I mean, like, how to even fucking measure that dopamine, like, outburst, you know? How do you feel better in some, like, achieving some things over the others?
Yeah.
For you, I feel different. Like, I feel like, yeah, I gained 11 pounds and I learned 10 words. Or I would say, if I've got to put this time measurement into place and be like specific in terms of like, yo, I've leveled up, I advanced my English skills to this new level in the exact same period as I've gained 11 pounds. And to me, again, it's just like, yeah, this like sense of like the happiness of it is, I don't even know if I can say the same, but what I can say for sure, I don't feel the difference, you know?
Yeah, that's cool. It's interesting. So yeah, so what do you mean about, so you wanted to mention about Japanese patience, you know? And we've had a few conversations about that. So I'm curious, yeah, what is your latest kind of questions about it?
Japanese patience. Well, I just want to understand some basic things about patience, you know. Just like I had to go and do my small research. I just read an article about culture, what that means, you know. And I found out that actually my own definition was wrong partially. But in that global perspective, you know, if I had a chance to summarize all of the points, like values, traditions, language, to the small like steps, yeah, I would still put this set of instruction as a primarily definition for a culture, to me at least. But so by asking this question on like, yeah, what is Japanese patience? Because you've learned this point from Japan, and to me it's still a mystery of like how to even approach this phenomena, or rather a trait of being patient. And I don't know, and I have to do my research first of all, you know. And that's what also fuck, man, sorry, I mean, like, my head is still trying to process this fucking Waking Life movie. So I have to start from self, like, reflecting on this, you know, like, oh, what is that? Just gotta do this, you know, approach. Not like I have to study that subject, that question, you know, more broadly. Like, yo, patience, Japanese patience. All right, patience, Japanese patient. What is patient? Blah 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 blah. Japanese patient. Ah, we're having a Japanese guest, and you've been to Japan. You've learned that part from that country. So it would be just better to ask that question. You know, better off for me, at least, from my understanding. Or
but rather, you know what patience means, right?
You know what? Before, you know, we had this like last conversation on culture, and at that time I knew what that meant, you know. But right now I'm not sure. What is patience, man?
Patience, to me, is the ability to endure something or to wait for the right opportunity. I can give an example, right? If you are walking down the street and you're so hungry and suddenly a rabbit appears And you know you could just kill the rabbit and eat it, right? And that would solve your problem. But also, what you don't know is that there's a store 100 feet further. And if you just wait and let the rabbit pass, you could get a much bigger meal with less effort. The patient person would see the rabbit and say, no, I have a feeling there's something more, something better ahead. They're going to let the rabbit pass, keep walking, and find the store. That's what patience is.
Interesting.
And you can apply that across a lot of stuff, almost any situation in life.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I got this idea of seeing patient as a multi-layer thing, right? Multi-layer thing. Fuck, it's like multi-dimensional. So, for example, I'm gonna take my example. I'm a patient guy in the gym. I would say I'm a patient athlete, as you could call me, if you can call me that. Because I know I will hopefully achieve this plank of 220 pounds for a bench press in like sometime in the future, right? But at the same time, it takes an enormous effort for me to just be impatient with somebody who I'm training with, or like who I'm working out with, or especially teaching somebody to do some exercise. That level, or like in that regard, patience is a completely unknown terminology, or rather a feeling. But when I'm doing it by myself, every single day in the gym, you can describe me as a patient, right?
No, not really. I would say those two things are kind of different. You are working towards a goal in the gym, so there's nothing you have to endure. You're doing that willingly. So it's like
no. By the definition, stop. You're not killing the rabbit on the street because willingly, you know that there will be a
no. In that example, I said you're not sure, but you think that there would be something better. You're not. That's the idea of patience. The idea is you're never sure that the other thing is going to come. You just have a feeling. There's a possibility, and you know about the possibility, but the store might never be there. So that's why it's patience.
I might never live this 220, right?
Yeah, but you know you can do it by science, right? If you eat, if you keep working out, you will eventually lift it.
By science, yeah. But by the accident, or by chaos, rather, I might get hit by a car tomorrow, and I will never go to the gym again. I endure this possibility, right? Subconsciously, just like you do when you see the rabbit. Same example.
It's not exactly the same, because the rabbit is a chance also, right? It's not like the rabbit is something you chose to see. You chose to find the rabbit. No, it just popped up. You're going to the gym constantly, as in you're choosing to try to achieve that goal. Now the difference is, I'm going to explain it to you, is the example you use about people. In people, you have no control over how a person is going to learn something, how they're going to react to you, or anything. So when they do, and you want to get a certain result from them, or you're hoping that they're going to do something, you need patience to deal with them. You need to be patient with them in order to achieve what you want. So it's not it's something you want to do, but at the same time you don't have real control over it.
I want to disagree with this. I understand what you're trying to say, man. I understand. But again, this implies a skill of patience, right? Like, like when you're teaching somebody something, right? How to do an exercise. You have this ability to be patient willingly, right? You are constraining yourself with emotions. You try to be as adequate as possible and humble, right? I don't like let me think, because there is a dissonance to me when I'm going to the gym. All right, I got it. So like we have these two examples, right? As I'm teaching, as I'm interacting with somebody, and I'm performing something, I'm acting by myself, right? I'm doing something, right? Just two examples. Both can be like, yeah, I saw a rabbit, but I know I won't kill it. I'm gonna go and find another store. I'm having the patience. Same, not the same quite, but exactly with this person in the gym who I'm training with, who I'm teaching. And essentially what I'm trying to say, you have to understand it. This is like my point. You have to make it like switch. You gotta, you gotta unblur it. Like, I got it. What is patient? I just got it. Because you see patient, from my point of view, as something not homogeneous, as something united. Like there is no other layers of how to like different stages, different levels of being patient. But you just see it as a skill, like a feeling. I'm hungry. I'm patient. From my definition and how I see it, it's different. Because when I go to the gym, I'm doing this routine by myself. I'm being patient because I know that I might get that result in the future. But at the same time, I'm gonna go tomorrow or any other day, or I might meet a person who would just explain how preposterous this idea of going to the gym actually is. And I might reconsider myself, and give up on that goal. So by giving up...
I understand what you mean, but you're confusing the use of the word patience. You're using it incorrectly. The word that you want to use for your gym example is you're diligent. That's a different word. Diligence is a similar idea, right? It means there's some hardship, something you're not sure, but you keep working at it. That's diligence. Patience is different. Patience is an endurance, something that's you want, but you cannot get it with your own will. It's not something you can control in order to get it. It's an interaction, kind of. It's like another example. And then we have another word called endurance, and these two words are kind of more similar. Endurance is like you're actively being hurt or something is stopping you and you keep pushing through it. But patience is the ability to wait until something better comes. That's what is patience. Another way to explain it, because I
got it, man. I got it. Yeah, that's a good remark. I agree. Diligence and patience. Interesting. Because I'm confusing. I probably терпение, выдержка. Yeah, because I don't know the definition, even in Russian. As I said, I gotta look it up. But yeah, I'm
just think about it like this. Patience is like a passive skill, where diligence is an active. One is like you're choosing to do it, and the other one is something is happening to you. And the situations vary, right? Because even in life, we might say the word patience and it's the wrong use. It happens all the time. People just say things, but what they mean is a certain thing, right? Like even your example of being patient in the gym. Yeah, I could see that, honestly. Like your patience is that you might not want to go to the gym and you still keep going because you're waiting for the result. So in that way, it makes sense. But what I want to bring to your attention is when you don't really want something, but you kind of need it, and you have to wait for something to affect it. That's what's real patience. I'll give another example. When I talk to you...
No. Could you please repeat this again, man?
All right. Patience is like when you don't really want something, but you still need it, and you have to wait for it. You have to wait for it to come. So it's like you don't have the active ability to just get what you need, and you might not want it,
but you want to. Sorry, man, but you want to eat, right? It's like I just need some food. I want it, and I'm gonna meet a rabbit.
No. You don't want it. You need it. Food is a need. You have to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, I got it. But damn, this question, when the need converts to a want, to a to want, what is that noun, man?
No, that makes sense. When a need converts to a want, it makes sense.
Yeah. Damn, that's the question, right? Because as like, if you're gonna approach this from I would say this animal perspective, right? What we need: sleep, food, and sex. 3 basic needs, right? But that there's another psychologist who, you probably know that guy. I forgot his name, but he like designed like a pyramid, something like there's like basic needs,
Yeah.
And like on the top is like self-esteem and shit. So that's also kind of a need for a human. And yeah, I understand what you talk, but I'm trying to dig even further in this, like because as soon as I can draw this parallel, the boundaries between like a want and the need, then I might just like really understand the meaning of the real meaning of being patience. Because like in my example, and when I'm teaching somebody, right, it feels like what I want is a want or a need. Like what I'm trying to get from that person through this process of learning. Do I want him or her to achieve some like good performance, for example, good technique? Is it my need or my want? Yes, my desire, my
it's your
wish.
want, for sure. And that's the thing, is you gotta, in all things in life, these priorities, they switch, right? Because the examples I was giving were kind of extreme examples. These are like old things, right? Because we're living in modern society. So our needs, for the most part, are completely satisfied. It's easy to just walk to the store and get food. It's easy to
except one, but prostitution is not legal.
Yeah. That's a hard one, right? But at least there's masturbation, right? That solves this need. So again, there's always some way, right? So that's the point. It's most of our life nowadays is just wants. We want things. We want this. We want this job. We want this. We want that. But there are still a lot of people who have basic needs that they don't have, like this level of poverty where they need food or they need a place to sleep and they don't have it. So this is what causes like some dissonance in patience between people. It's like, and it can go in increments. What I mean by that is like, your needs may be starting at like, I just need food. And then you might achieve something like getting a job that allows you to just fill that need. And then you might raise this bar of like, all right, before I just needed food, but now I need a house, or I need a girlfriend. I need this. These things that are actually wants. You don't need it to survive, but you have raised it to a need level. This is a big thing that's going on now.
That's right, exactly. And how do we challenge that, man? Because if you get this like truly understanding of this concept of being patient, right? That if you know that there are some basic needs that a human being has to sustain, then by the definition and by your understanding, you would not raise this level, this plank,
Exactly.
And yo, how do you explain this, man?
That's exactly what we're talking about, bro. That's exactly what it is. That's what patience is, man. When you recognize it and you can say, like, for example, like, oh man, I just want a girlfriend, and like this need is like, oh yeah, and then you realize, but no, man, I'm fine. I have my house, I have food, I can just relax, I can be patient, I can just wait until the day that I meet the right girl who comes along. May take 5 years, may take 10 years, who knows how long it takes, but I can wait.
Yeah.
That shows patience.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I got it. That's your I want to say homework on yourself, because you're dealing with yourself, with your understanding with yourself. But when it comes to another person, right? And I just want to scrutinize it a little bit. Why I'm not patient with other people? Yo, that's a good question. And you know what? I have this also dissonance, man. Like, in order, just like all based on this understanding of what is patience, right? I can say that actually, there is no need of that person achieving like some level of performance, because time is given for everyone, right? This is like I just want to edit a little to add a little information. So if she learns or not, who the fuck cares? Why do I care, right? It's just not my obligation to care about that person, because it's just not my need. That's a basic. And this need, this, yeah, I got it, man. I created this need in my head, because it's just like I have a sign, up for this, like, coach program or some shit. And then it's just like, I got it. But why would you do this, man? Why would you do this otherwise? When you realize this, there is no need to act. Like, yeah, I'm confusing a little bit, because I'm trying to drag it back from this point of like, you have actually signed already up for a training and you're teaching somebody, right? And if you understand that there is no need to be doing so, right, you would not sign up in the first place. Am I correct? You understand what I'm talking about?
Not necessarily, right? You could sign up and know ahead of time, and this is what the idea of knowing the needs and the wants, why you should recognize it, is because you will know ahead of time that you will need patience in order to do whatever you're going to do. If I'm going to sign up, before I sign up, I should know to myself, yeah, I'm going to want this person to perform in this way, but they might not do it, and could take them 3 weeks to do something that I could do easily by myself, right? From myself. So I need to go into that knowing like, okay, yeah, there's a chance this person is just not going to get it for a long time. So I just need to be patient. I need to keep explaining it. And when they don't get it, just be like, all right, it's all right. Just keep going, keep trying. Let me show you the form again, maybe give some assistance. And then, all right, yeah, good job today. Try again tomorrow. That's patience.
But this is all right. All right, I got it. On this level, man, feedback is required. Like this action of like the reciprocation, man. Because I have been enthusiastic about learning and discovering, and I consider myself as being like a very curious person, initially. So every time I had this, wow, I got something, gotta show it to you or to somebody else, like, oh, that's what I got, and you as being as this person who is willing to exercise his own patience, you get this satisfaction by my action, from my action. You know what I mean? Like, as I bring this, like, it's like some feedback. You taught me something, and maybe I'm just fucked it all up, but at least I've tried again, and then I share what I've learned. You see the feedback. You see this constant, not progression, but rather not stale, like not stale behavior, if it makes sense. Like, I've been moving. I've been trying to understand something, if you're talking about me, and that's why I don't have this patience, because some people and that I have met in my life, or where I have showed my patience to, they were just like, all right, no thanks, leave it. So I didn't see this, I didn't get this satisfaction from this reciprocity, from this action of like, yo, actually, man, you helped me, man. Look at what I got. And I was just like, yeah, that's right. Now I got this, I got this small, not gift, small result from being patient, because you cannot do shit with no feedbacks, man. I don't know, for like to
yeah,
a,
you
to
think
a
so?
certain extent.
Have you ever heard of superheroes, man? One of my favorite inspirations in life is Spider-Man.
Yeah, and that motherfucker got a key from the city, man. Of the city.
Yeah, but he was also demonized at first, right? He had to be patient. When he was saving people, the newspapers were writing about him. He's a menace. He's a vengeance. Maybe he's planning the attacks on purpose to look good and all this stuff. People used to boo him, throw garbage.
Yeah, but the people who Spidey's saved, they were grateful for that. They were not like, oh, that's your obligation. Fuck off, man. No.
Not in every comic, man. Not in every comic. Sometimes, he would save people and they would just be like, take him for granted, like, oh, why didn't you come sooner? Like, that guy still got away with my purse. It's like, I saved your life, but he still stole my money. Like, what's wrong with you? You have a lot of people who are like that. And that's not your fault. That's the point, is you shouldn't be upset or feel dissatisfied based on the person's reaction. You have to go into it understanding that people are all kinds of shit, all kinds. And you gotta just, you can, I'm not saying that it's unnatural to feel upset when you don't get some feedback from like something you did for somebody. Of course, everybody wants that. But I don't know, maybe it's just happened to me enough times in my life that I already realize it, and I'm just like, yeah, all right. I don't always expect them to give me something back. Sometimes I do something for someone, they learn something, and they just take it and walk away. It happens a lot.
Yeah. But then, you have to take a lot of factors into account, man, because sometimes the circumstances led you guys to just like, happen at the same place, and then you just express this patience towards somebody, and because of the circumstance or because of this like connection. And I'm gonna give you an example, man. And from that point, I realized probably that my idea, the whole idea of pedestal was wrong. I was just like, nah, it's like, it doesn't make sense anymore. So we went to celebrate Sergey's diploma. He got it. He finally has graduated, man. It's like, congrats, shout out. Yeah. And like after we left nightclub, we went to this family mart, and like on the corner, decided to start drinking. And I was just asking him, you know what, man? I didn't want to go. I was just like, no, I wanted to disagree. Or like I wanted to reject your invitation, first place. But then he called again. We met like afternoon, like 3 p.m. And I was just like, nah, man, I'm not going anywhere. He just proposed. It's like, yo, let's go and celebrate it. It's like, nah, man. because we've had some parties before. In fact, like 2 times. So we have celebrated his diploma, and like we had celebrated 2 times, already. And then I was like, yeah, the third time, nah, man. And then he called again and proposed it, like, yo, man, change your mind. I was like, yeah, no problem. And he was just like explaining to me this idea of like not really manipulating people, but at least he pitched an idea, he understood my circumstance. And like, oh, I left with what? Calculus tonight. Of course it's gonna be boring as fuck, man. So of course I know, he knew that Fedor might change his mind 100%. It's like, and he did successfully. And then as we were talking about like this, like friendship, I asked him like, oh man, have you noticed that we started hanging out together? Like, damn, it's fucking perfect. I like it. And he was like, yo man, nothing is really super, damn, what is the word? Сверхъестественное. Damn, I don't know this word in English. Like, nothing crazy happened, just like circumstance. You've been put in this, in the prison, custody of your university. And I just needed some help. I could have asked another person, it was not a problem to me. But I found you, start talking, and then boom, happened. Nothing is crazy, overrated. And then from that point, I realized this, like the feeling, okay, the same principles apply to professor, to our like friendship. It's like why we talk. It's just like, yeah, happened to be in China, only one Russian friend he got, and me, same situations, But I've been like really trying to, extra romanticize that shit, and that's why I got some like misunderstandings, and I got upset several times, right? It. I've been bitching about Professor. Because why? Because I've been like really putting that guy on the pedestal, and not putting the fact of this, like not chaos, but this circumstances. Perfect word for that, обстоятельства. And that's what actually it's all about.
I have a big counterpoint, brother. And yeah, this is a good topic. Very interesting that we got to this point. I want to say that what you experienced is about culture. It's not that much, well, yeah, obviously circumstance. You kind of framed what happened to you as just a matter of circumstances. But no, there's more details in there. Now, I want to say, as an American, that what you were expecting was something that's very common for Americans. In America, we have a lot of close friends. We can make close friends. We start hanging out with somebody, we get to know them, and it becomes like a very close friendship. You go out all the time, spend all the time. 5 years later, you're having a party, and your best buddy comes, and you can just talk, and everybody's like, wow, look at these guys. It's like, yeah, oh yeah, we've been best friends for like 5 years. That's a very common and like very American feeling. But in Europe, I noticed that those levels of friendships are not as common. Most of those like deep friendships come from like the school times, and then they kind of disappear. Now, I want to be clear. In America, that happens too. And even for me, right? I'm an example. I have some close friends, but we barely hang out anymore. We barely ever talk, right? So it's not like it's only in Europe, but I would say it's more common there. Like you see it less often here in America.
But I see a common thing in either of these places, and in China, everywhere in the world, circumstances. Like I'm gonna put an example, and on the Kuji podcast, this guy discussed it. Like, oh, what is a friendship? You guys been doing the podcast together, but what if you guys split? Like my friend Tamirlan, in cadet school. We don't talk anymore. We don't really, we cannot relate to each other anymore. But I thought that was like a fucking lifelong friendship, and that would never end. But it happened to be like, as I have escaped, or I don't know, I I went on my path, and we just got split. And I realized that I have gone out of the circumstances, of that zone. I want to use this word, of the zone. Like, do you think, man, if you had a job, like, I'm not trying, like, there's a finite line, because I don't want to depreciate the sense, the friendship, this concept of friendship. But at the same time, I've been constantly overrating it to this point where, oh damn, guru, and even you got pissed off about it. Because why? So I don't know, I don't want to depreciate, but at the same time, I don't want to extra value it, in the sense like, yeah, fuck. And what it equalized me to is just like, yeah, just a pure understanding of it, yeah, we got to the circumstance, we have to use it somehow, right?
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, now I know the truth, and that's what really surprised me, even in my own behavior, because I didn't get mad at Sergey. I was just like, you got them right, man. You're right. You just explain it. That's what I meant when I needed to eradicate this concept of having a pedestal, right? And then boom, it just a second. As soon as I got it, it's like, yeah, now I have to put myself on that pedestal, because at the end of the day, that's what I have. We're gonna close this call, but I have this, what is the meaning of life? What is that? This is that. Fedor, please concentrate, be patient. Some shit. You gotta understand. It's like I'm left in my own self. And it especially became visible and tangible, at least to me, when I ran out of words. I couldn't explain myself no longer to you or to professor, to anybody. But at the same time, I don't believe in this concept of you cannot really express how you feel through the words. But we can talk about it later. I just want to finish this line. And having yourself on this pedestal, that's what made me think more crystal clear, in terms of now I start to value my own self, in the good sense, you know what I mean? It's not like, yo, I'm this fucking puppet doll, a puppet master that's gonna be yo, using people like this, or just what even that means, use people. It's just yeah, you're in this circumstance, you're giving some information, getting it back, constant exchange. I don't consider it being used, unless it's not something fucking terrifying activities that you want to perform with other person. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. That's the point, man. Yeah. As long as you go in with the right intentions, right? But that's a philosophical debate.
But do you understand what this new concept, right?
Yeah, completely, man. And I was hoping
this is a new level of maturity, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is
I've been telling you this, but yeah, I'm just glad you got it. That's the point. Because there's no one that crazy, better than you. It's just they went on this path and they chose to know all of those things because that was their interest, and you got to follow your interest. And you're gonna, on your own path, you're gonna find a lot of people who are not in the same interest as you, and they're just whenever you try to exchange something with them, they don't really care. But you will also find a lot of people who are. And those are the people who will become your close friends because they're kind of going on the same path.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta say, man, is again, on the same path, and because there is a reason, right? There is a reason why. It's like either circumstance or like why I like that shit because in my childhood, blah 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 blah. But at the end, we got this reason, right? We have
That's
this,
right.
like, oh, he is in the lockdown and me is in the lockdown. What do we have to do? What can we do? What can be done? You know. And because this clear understanding, that what helped me to understand the next concept, you know, of like when I tried, no, hold on, let me think about it first, man. Yeah, exactly. When I tried to propose my idea to Patience, the girl, the African girl, about like promoting, like serving a life example of diversity, and she was like, I'm sure she was just like, nah, man, it's nonsense. I got this reward, you know. I didn't get mad. I didn't get pissed off on her because the key point was in that proposal, you know, is that I could exceed myself and excavate even more, you know, of that uncertainty, you know, of this like my own understanding of some things, you know. So I fulfilled myself by acting in a certain way, you know what I'm talking about, rather than her respond. And that's why I start to appreciate actions more than a result. Yeah, that's like also a new idea. But it sounds like fucking cliche, man. That's it. Some of this, like one of the not mind blowing, but one of the most fundamental ideas are so basic and simple that everyone can understand, and you just have to experience this shit.
From one thing, no 10,000 things.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But the problem with this book, man, again, and you know what? And you know what? It's not even a problem. It's not even a problem, dude. Because I cannot be mad at somebody who understood that book and can quote every single line. And
I can't quote every single line, man. But that one line is fucking deep as hell.
Don't fool, man. Don't fool me. Just know one line.
Yeah, that's right. I only know one line, man. That's one line. But that's the point, because that line, out of all the... I didn't even listen to the whole book, man. I listened maybe like 40 minutes, and I got bored of it, you know. Oh, strategy, cut the sword with this. But... that one line
was the most interested for you.
It was, man. Like I said, the first 40 minutes was super important.
No, you know? 11 hours. That book is even like 2.5 hours long, dude. Yeah. I listened to the whole of it.
Damn. So all right.
But damn, but
anyway, what I was trying to say is just that, because all the stuff he was saying to me, it was kind of all like, I kind of get this already. But that line sums up everything for me. You know, that's all I needed to get as something like to hold on to in my memory. Because it makes that just blew my mind. I was just like, that's right. That just makes so much sense to me, you know. One thing, no 10,000. That's right.
Yeah.
So
no, I like this phrase. I like this line, man. To be fair, but damn, David Goggins, his book, 11 hours, man. I know you're never gonna listen to it, never. But
no, man, I'm not built for that, you know. Maybe not now. Maybe not now. Give me maybe like 5 years, and I'll check it out again or something.
Yo, shit. No, you would never do. You might just forget who that motherfucker is, man.
No. I wouldn't forget him. I mean, when I heard him on Joe Rogan the first time, that's all I needed. That's why I didn't need to listen to his book, because I already got what he's gonna say. You know, I understand his ideology, his philosophy.
is in the details, man. Some of the quotes, or some parts of of the book just resonated in the sense that I've myself performed them. Like as I said, like that Romanian, like there was a girl from Romania living in like nearby, and as I saw her walking by, just like heading to the exit, I had exactly the same sense that Goggins had when he saw that like marathon was about to start, and he was hurt as fuck, but then he decided he gotta run. So did I. I ran up to her and we started talking because in my head just like, yo, talking Fedor, boom, just do it, and I did it, and I was like, yo, fuck, Goggins, you're right, you got them right. And again, like escape your comfort zone. Goddamn, dude, English is my comfort zone. That's why I'm not learning Chinese, because I feel really good at this point, where I can be, from anywhere in the world by this drug British motherfuckers. But with Chinese, it's a fucking challenge, and I have to face it. Yeah,
that's right. Speaking of that, I'm trying to book this Chinese professor who was he was in the revolution. He was alive during Cultural Revolution. And,
yo, dude, we gotta talk. We gotta discuss it. You want to use my location, right? You want to use my location in the intro.
Yeah.
And again, you gotta use this location, like the intro just passed, and then we have a guy who has survived during the Cultural Revolution while I'm in China, and we gotta talk shit about it.
No. It's not like that. The intro though, it's cool. I already started I need to do the second part, like it's gonna start it today, but it's just like a global picture. It comes to your location, but it doesn't go so detailed. Because when I was designing it, the camera does some errors. Like it just blows up if you go too close onto the earth. Yeah. So I just zoom into Hangzhou, basic like Hangzhou, and then to New York, and then goes to the globe again, and gonna have a wavelength connecting. Then our logo appears, and then some leaves, animated leaves.
Oh shit! Yeah, all right. We gotta see, man. You gotta play with that shit. Yeah, that sounds cool, man. That sounds dope. But yo, fuck, I'm dripping again.
Yeah, I saw the temperature. It's like 34 in Shanghai.
Yeah, the last week was pretty comfortable, man. The last week was all right. It was like actually yesterday and the day before it, but yeah, so that guy, what we were talking about. We were talking about, we gotta talk about ambitions, man. Because I think I have to take it off from you. Your name does not match you.
Yeah.
In sometimes, man. Sometimes. Not all the time. But we have to really, this is the problem, right? And I'm gonna share this story, dude. I gotta share this story. So as you know, last Sunday, I have attended a football workout, a bunch of Chinese playing American football. And I met a Russian guy there too, the biggest one. And I was just like, there are a lot of people in there, and I was just like, seeing that motherfucker standing, but not by himself, like there were like 3 other people standing with him. Another like a British guy, also big. I sent you a video, the guy who was like in the blue, smashing everyone. And I just like, as I approached them, like, I look at this motherfucker and say, I don't even know how I'm gonna tackle you if you had a real game, And I was like, you don't need to tackle me, bro. Where are you from? I was like, Russia. You don't need to tackle me. And he just shook say, Russia? Yeah, откуда? Oh, save me. But it was interesting, man. And his name is Kostya. He plays in he's a coach. He actually teaches American football in China. He used to work in Beijing, now got to Hangzhou.
Damn,
He
sounds
said,
like a
yeah.
podcast guest.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta hit him up, man. But he's just like, yo, they're all pussies. They don't know how to play. And yeah, I was talking about ambition. So who brought me to that workout, to that training? That girl from the gym, a coach, like a gym worker who teaches kids for 300 kwai per lesson, dude. Per lesson, 300 kwai per lesson. An hour and a half probably, or just an hour. God damn, I was just like, yo, and those fuckers pay you that much? Yo, I can do for 100, or I can do it for free. And we were just questioning this, like, yo, why do you matter? Like I can learn any shit from YouTube, or I just can ask people in the gym. The easiest way. They're gonna teach you all stuff that you need, man. Couple of workouts, you gotta be yo, how do you do this? Nobody would just like, no, fuck off, man. I'm not gonna explain. You're gonna feel, correct you, but yeah. So as we were talking about this being a gym coach and shit, and then I just said, what is your plan? What do you want to do? I asked her, how can I assess? How can I know? How can I judge who is good or who is not a good coach, right? There's like a lot of like experience, some knowledge. It's like, no, that's all bullshit. I don't need that. I need some YouTube videos and stuff. But the most important part, she is 32 years old. And I asked her, yo, what do you plan to do with this passion? Where do you want to grow? And it's like, no, I'm just satisfied with having this gym work. And because she gets 300, and from them, 75% goes to a company where she works at, because she is not an independent trainer, a coach, right? So she only gets like fucking 100 and some. Oh, yeah, damn, dude. I want to teach you some Russian. As we don't know these details, the other two digits, we say 100 with dick. Yeah. Сто с хуем.
Сто с хуем, yeah.
Yo, yeah, that doesn't work in English, but it's funny, When you don't know the exact number, you just put like, 100 with D. What? Because I understand the metric is different, right? So everybody tries to like, oh, yeah. But that's the whole point of it, man. Ambitions. Because if I was doing this workouts, right, this coaching shit, helping people, I would want to eventually open up my own gym or some shit, or go to a better one than just a fucking university gym. I would want to go to a private one, to be like just at least just give, like, shoot a shot, right? But she doesn't want. And from that one point, I was just really upset about it. But at the same time, I don't really care, all right. Time, like, this whole concept of time is given. And what I mean by that is like, she has her own time. And I have not even no right. Yeah, I have no right to interfere with that, or no ability, no chance that I can extend or surrender. I just like, the only option that I can do is to talk. If it doesn't help, let her do her thing. That's it.
If it's a her, you might have a couple more options.
Yo, I have tried this options even before we start talking about this shit. I was just like, yo, that was your philosophy, man. That actually helped. So I was just like, yeah, all right, not gonna fuck her. All right, then what can I do? Else, something else. There's like, oh, you're lame. You don't want to fuck, or like, why you're lame? You remember you told me this, and I was just like, yeah, just trying different options to just yeah, to just use my time productively because I didn't want to, this fucking typical Chinese, right? Everybody's silent. They're like, oh, right. Somebody's staring at the phone. Somebody's sitting shit. And I was just like, yo, guys, no. Yo, I don't want to do it. Why do you work as a coach? It's just like, in the phone, like, like, I got the feeling that even her mom has never asked this question. It would be like, yo, why? I like it. And this response, it's like, yo, why do you like it? She goes, because I've been doing it for a long time. And I was just like, yo, why do you like it? Because I like to do workouts. And I was just like, no, that's fucking fallacy, you're wrong. You're like, you might be mistaken, maybe you should switch your path, So we had I tried to question the reason. Because I think that's a natural thing. That's a right thing to do. Because if a person doesn't have a concrete reason, especially in choosing a certain path, and yeah, I'm rephrasing my brother Tarik Johnson right now, that it might be a fallacy, fucking mistaken path. You agree, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but I did a poor job, man. It was in Chinese. Everything was in Chinese. So, and she didn't really want to talk about it. Because with Chinese, it's something, like, fuck, man. Sometimes I feel even like my questions, my logic won't work with that. It's like, but why do you do this? I have this, like not a prejudice, but in my head, there might be like a monkey might just explode, and I'd be like, what are you asking? Like, you're just gonna fucking blow her roof, man. Like, it's like magic.
Yeah, man. No, don't worry, man. They would never do that. You gotta, or at least you gotta experience that one time. Push that far. That's what Socrates would do.
Yeah, man. I wanted to be a Socrates in that car. I was waiting there. This Socrates, where they gonna? All right, now, sorry.
Where they go?
You hear your poison, Yeah, no. Like, open the door. Fuck, dude. But I was just like, I was trying to entertain myself, all the way. So yeah, ambitions. That's a good question because it's also kind of related to this diligence, right? Because by having this ambition, that's what it's all about, right? We can say that ambition is a prerequisite of having diligence, endurance, and thus patience. Do you agree?
Yep, 100%. And by the way, in Confucian culture, which is another way of saying Asian culture, but ambition is not seen as a positive thing. It's
really?
Yeah, it's seen as arrogant in some ways. Now, I'm not explaining this completely well, perfectly, but and I would love for us to have an Asian guest who could dispute that. Eventually we will. But from what I understand is that's the kind of the idea of saving face, is like you're supposed to, even if you're really good at something or you have a big vision for yourself, you're never supposed to show it. You're never supposed to display it. Or if you show it, it should be so subtle, right? And I learned this when I was doing my study in China, is like the reason that a lot of scholars wrote that Chinese people buy dogs because they don't really value dogs as like a pet in their culture. The reason they do it is just to show that they have some sort of status, like they're rich enough to afford to have a dog. That's why they buy it. So this is the idea against ambition coming from that kind of Eastern culture. Is like they don't
Yo,
want ambition.
that's very interesting, man. Because in that movie, Waking Life, the best movie, the best philosophical movie that I ever seen so far, is that a guy was talking about a new form of individuality, and because of this acceleration of evolution that can be noticed, like in like it will be noticed with this development of like digital technologies and shit. We will be experiencing this evolution, the like fuck, what is the word, the as simultaneously as we live. So like by cutting off this and disattach from this I would say this trend, because that's where we're heading toward, right? Well, I don't know how they're gonna survive, man. I like why don't they wanna endure this individuality? Yeah, I understand. Confucius and his like school thought, yeah, explains it perfectly. But at the same time, yo, why like they can't? I'm so confused right now because if you are prioritizing yourself over others in a good sense, putting yourself on the pedestal, as a like by rephrasing it, I would say that it's not a idol of worship. It's just a thing that you have to really understand the true value of. And that is yourself. But Chinese, because I have never experienced with other Asian, like Koreans or Japanese. I feel they tend to be more. They are trying to hide it away, man. They're trying to some kind of exchange this individuality and prioritize something else, right?
Yeah.
But it is too fake.
Something like, else. Wait. Let's define it, because it should be clear to you as someone who's been in Asia for 2 years by now. Something else. What is the something else?
A group, man. I would say
That's
a mass.
Right. That's right.
Of people.
There you go.
Like I'm like damn. Я плаваю. Yeah, I'm swimming.
Can I just stop you really quick? And this is why, in particular, I felt like I had to leave this Asian culture. Why I'd feel like I couldn't fit in is because I understand this group feeling and I really love it, honestly. But what I don't like is the way that it's applied, because their groups are based on very particular things. It's like family, very close friends, and race. Those are the three groups, So like, I mean, there's probably a couple more like work groups and stuff, but essentially, if you don't fit into those groups, you can never come in, you'll never, or you come in and you're always like still an outsider in the group. You can never be like fully. And so that's what I don't like. And that's what kind of made me stop wanting to learn, Asian languages and stuff, because I recognize that.
Yeah, but from my side, man, I've been kind of biased against them. And what I mean by that, because understanding this and knowing this fact, right? It might be not a fact for somebody. I don't give a shit. But it's a fact for me and for you as well. So knowing this, it's not even a phenomenon. I don't want to really mask this off to be like saying this is not that I'm trying to slur, to make this, to assault this, state of their society, because I fucking hate it. But it doesn't stop me. I thought it had been stopping me from, like trying to melt into that. Like, yo, actually, I don't give a fuck. I have to do something, I have to like just this basic idea of entertain myself. That's a nice way to put it, right? Because otherwise I might just get insane here. And that's how I got to this. All right, now I'm gonna talk to that group too, for the sake of talking, for the sake of my of keeping my mindset like awake and alert, and just practice some Chinese, basically.
Yeah.
So because this, because it's a very concrete. That's what made you leave the country, right? And I think that's yeah. But,
I would probably be kicked out of the country though. But, yeah.
But listen, I think it's there are a few ways how we can approach it, right? You can either leave or you can endure, and that's what patience.
That's right. That's true. I didn't have that much patience, That was the limit of my patience. It was like I didn't want to have to keep fighting with that. And the reason I saw, like, my logical decision at that time was just like I chose to want to learn about Asia. I was so curious. There were so many questions and stuff. And after I got all the answers, I realized, all right, yeah. So all that's left is like, am I going to just keep going through this? Am I going to just keep enduring this for what? What's the final, the final result, And I was just like, why? When there's still so much the rest of the world that I don't know. So that was my decision. It was just like, I just don't need to stick with this. I can just go find out about, what about this middle portion of Europe and Asia, Like, I don't know anything about them. So that's how I moved.
I agree, man. That's what brings us to, I think that this, patience, diligence, ambitions, that are all intertwined, so they're just like, they're disproportionate. You have like 60% of that,
and that's the thing. You gotta find a balance, and that comes to our final, big word, balance. So important in all things, also. And then Eastern philosophy talks a lot about that.
That was mentioned in the movie, though. Making Life.
That's right.
What a great movie, man. I don't know why you didn't like it.
It's not that I didn't like it. It's just that I've already explored a lot of those philosophical ideas already. So it's just not new for me. It's not like something surprising or new information or something. It's just I already know all this stuff.
Damn, the way they put this knowledge, they're like super advanced. I don't know what they've been doing, man. This philosopher shit. They're trying to really make it so hard to understand, Some of it, like, they put it in such a not deliberate. What is the other word? It's such a complex way that you have to fucking go and read a book about it, or at least just
no, that's not what they're doing. It's just complex. Life is complex itself. The number of variables and things in the world, in the universe, in existence, is complex. So that's why you have a lot of ways to express it and explore it, because there's just so much to talk about. There's so many things to look at and to analyze and to be like, but why this and why that? And how did I realize this? And where did that come from? Like, that's the point. Explore the meaning of life. That's what philosophy is.
That's right. But at the same time, it has to be approached gradually, right? You just cannot say like, what is the meaning of life? Because it's so complex, right? You cannot go like it basically means you go to the gym and live to 20 first time, like, no problem. No, it just takes some preparation.
I mean, that's a weird comparison, but I know what you mean. And the point is, but the idea, the question that I said of what is the meaning of life is just the foundation, right? It's just like what we would say the rudimentary question of philosophy to just get you interested in it, right? Because somebody would give an answer, the meaning is to this. And it's so easy to destroy that. That's the meaning? So what about this? What about this? What about this? That's the whole point. It's like you gotta at least enter at that first question to get to the deeper parts. And a lot of people don't do it. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
But like, you know what? You're trying to play a twister right here because, like, I would expect that this question is the fundamental one. Is something that people are strive to reach the end of it, to reach to that level and get an answer. But you put in this question.
There is no answer, man. That's the point. There's no answer. You're a human. What are you gonna know the meaning of life? Are you God, man? You know the reason for all things.
You gotta understand it for yourself. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Who knows how long it might take to reach?
Nobody's gonna know.
This is the whole point, dude. And I have to be specific on that by putting this question into this. In the entrance, right? As a bouncer, yeah. This question sort of like as a bouncer.
Yeah. Also known as a gatekeeper, we say.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But British people say bouncer?
No, that's an American thing, I think. But gatekeeper is just the term gatekeeper just means someone who's like guarding the beginning to like the big stuff behind.
Yeah, but but you know what? I don't wanna. You know how I imagine this gatekeeper. You know, I imagine it's being a goalie, or just like a fucking when you go to this, to the heaven. Saint Peter is a gatekeeper.
Oh, Saint Peter is the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's what Russians believe in that. Not all of them, but that's what I have heard. From my religion, that Saint Peter gonna read your sins.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. Yeah,
I might be this app, man, but I think you would find this.
So another interesting thing is Leningrad was changed to St. Petersburg. So what does that mean? Maybe St. Petersburg is like the gatekeeper of the rest of Russia. You gotta do your test in Russia, New York first, and then you can get it.
Yeah, that's right. I agree. I gotta do some, but listen, man. We could have a fucking 5 hours discussion on Russia right now. At least, I just got into Russian stand-up. Uploaded a video yesterday about my one of my favorites comic in this Russian stand-up field. And I was really surprised to see that guy.
Who?
Vanya Usovich, the latest pod. The latest intern.
Yeah, wasn't he talking about the Belarus protests?
Yeah.
That's going to be our next topic, man. I've been watching the news about that constantly. We're going to talk to Katya about that. Yeah.
Where? In America, man?
Yeah. What do you mean?
I mean, on fucking CNN?
No, I don't watch CNN, man. BBC World News.
Oh, yeah. That's British. Yeah. I like their podcast. But so as I like bouncer, right? Because it's more like, you have this feeling of frustration when your friends can enter the place and you cannot because of some like bullshit. So that's how I felt at the beginning of what do you stand for, man? Or what is the meaning of life? To me, it was just like, what I don't even know what to say, right? And I still to this day I don't know, right? I'm just trying to acquire as much information as I can in order to get something somewhat satisfying, that can serve as an answer. But that's the whole point. That's why I don't think we should put this what is the meaning of life in the first place. That's why
I think you're misunderstanding what is the purpose of the question. The purpose is not to get an answer. The purpose is to make you think about it. That's all. Because all philosophers know there's no way to know the true answer. There's true, even that in itself, the truth. What is the truth? Nobody really knows what is the truth.
But yeah.
But
I think you represent. Yeah, go ahead, man.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, you have noticed yourself how many people avoid to try to answer this question. How many people avoid to examine it and talk about it with some other people, or they give an answer and it's so simple, you know? That's why that question exists, is to just make those kind of people think about it, you know?
Yeah, that's right. Yo, it's insane, man, how all things are related, you know, from where we started off this conversation, and as we were like, you know, being like keep talking, it's like, yo, everything that we can just, you know, we don't have to walk all the way back, you know, to just like, oh, what we were talking about, it's like all related, you know, patient, meaning of life and shit. And yeah, man, you know what? I also realized some people, so Sergey, he likes to scroll Instagram, you know, and he does not conceal it. He's just like, yo, when I'm on the subway, he just likes memes. but at the same time, that, like, I didn't expect that guy could just teach me, or rather ignite some parts of my knowledge that I'd be like, I got it. So how many of those people, you know what, when we even say like, people, it's so abstract, man. But I like, you know what, I start to question the existence of those people, you know, when we say like, you know, other people like to do that. And it's, to me, it's just like, what are we talking about? You know, it's like, I don't know nobody from that people. You know, my friends, but like it's funny. Like in Rostov, my father, like, you know, coronavirus is a fucking conspiracy. It's bullshit, because I don't have coronavirus. My friends of friends, and another guy today, yeah, friends of friends. No, so I was just like, yeah, when we are referring to somebody like, those guys, you know, we are like putting, like, we are extracting us and putting them, other people, and put this pronoun them. You know what? I don't believe it. No, I feel like it's if like, you know, if a guy who likes memes, but at the same time he just discovered he has a perfect understanding of himself. You know, that's why he's married. That's why he's like working hard. He has an objective, a very clear one. Want to go back to Ukraine. Like, you know, I sense the level of maturity, you know, but it got revealed where I started to question the things that I want to know about. You know, I was just like, yo, man, how did you do this trick? You know, why I didn't want to go and party with you tonight, but you did it. You know, and it was like, it was a friend's talk, you know. It was not like an assault or something, like an offense. I was just like, yo, and then, yeah, I did this trick, man. It's like, yo, you did it good, man. How did you teach me? It's like, blah, 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 blah. And we went all the way to like, oh, got it, man. To the point where no, don't leave, man. Let's go get some more beer. You know? Let's talk. And what I mean by saying this is just like, yo, how many people, you know, that we've been put like, that people don't even question that.
I want to stop you, man.
They have questioned something else, man.
First of all, before you put me in this we, right, I want you to think carefully, because I told you that there is some deepness in all people, right? I've always been saying that. And yeah, at some times you might not see it, but it's you who have been judging people so harshly based on some small time period that you were asking them questions or something. And I've been telling you, it takes time. Some people reveal themselves at different times, and you got to have a skill to recognize.
Keep your cup or a mug
half full.
Yeah,
that's right, man. So maybe you have just been harshly judging people. You know, I scroll Instagram sometimes too. It's like,
yeah, I know, man. I know. I accidentally got to our account today. I was just like, yo, girls. Fuck. It's like, but it's different, like, yeah. Fortunately,
I also wanted to say, my favorite
TikTok. Yeah.
My favorite, my favorite thing to troll people is when they're on Instagram to just like for them, like they're scrolling and I just like, and they're like, no, stop, and I'm like, why? What's the big deal? You just liked it. What's the problem? What's it gonna do? It's like, no, but I didn't want to like that. It's like, oh yeah, it's gonna make a big difference, right? If you like it or not.
So you mean like you start to like every single photo, right?
Yeah. That's my favorite thing to troll people, man.
Yeah, man, that's interesting. But yeah, I just gotta finish this one. It's like, because I've been reading this book, The Pursuit of Wonder. Damn, I first time like in 2020, man. I bought a book myself. I paid $5. I supported that guy. Perfect, he just nailed this. Nailed the book.
What guy?
And
what guy?
The one who is making this voiceover on Pursuit of Wonder. He wrote a book. The notes of everything. Yeah. Just existential existence. You got it. Existentialism. And if nobody knows the true meaning, nobody will. Nobody had known it. So that's what, like, we are on this on the same plate, everyone. So there is no pedestal. Except you, because you're like, that's who you're living with all the time, constantly. So that what brought me to the ground. Do you guys say this phrase, to the I have descended to the ground again, and yeah, that's right, man. That's right. I like my new state of mind. I feel pretty healthy right now. I feel pretty healthy. I have my reason. I have my purpose. And the funny thing is, man, that's also why I want to change my podcasting style. Because I don't think I was productive enough in terms of, like, I got not as many answered questions as I wanted, or rather, my questions were superficial. Yeah, superficial, man. It's just like, we talk about, like, when I tried to approach this podcast, and it's like, oh, we have a Japanese lady, I have to introduce this Japanese lady to the world. Yo, that's fucking bullshit.
No, man. I told you not to do that, man. I said, just ask about your interests, whatever's curiosity is going on with you, whatever questions you might have. You're just meeting a person from Japan, and they are representing, their life as a person who was born in Japan. But you don't have to introduce it. The reason I have those questions is because I'm curious personally. I just want to know, how is her life like changing from Japan to America? Because I have experienced that myself. But you should have whatever your own interest is, and you can ask the questions. There's no.
Yeah, but that's the fucking problem, dude. When it comes to, like, oh, I'm not really curious about that. I'm not interested in that. Yeah, fuck. All right, what about that? Oh, that. All right, that a little. That. Yeah, it's just like, but. So
So what I'm gonna say, man, just exactly to that point, is you have to find a way to make that person that you're talking to interested in that topic. Now, it's not always going to happen, right? We can admit this. Some people just don't care about certain things. But if you explain it in a certain way, it might interest people. And that's where the skill of talking is, right? Like, I might start my questions sometimes with, like, oh, what do you think about that? And they give me a simple answer. And when I answer back, I go, well, the reason why I'm asking is because I was thinking about this and this and this, and I make a lot of connections. And then that person gets more context. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe that's why I should answer. Oh, yeah, what do I think in response? And that's how you, boom.
That's a good point.
And you did that, specifically, talking about this Meg podcast, is you were at first asking very basic questions and like some like news related topics that she wasn't really that knowledgeable about. She gave some answers, but at the end, you started asking better questions. Like, I don't know what happened, but you just got more interested. And the end was really better.
Yeah, responding, damn. Yeah. Again, man, Russian automobile production, or like Russian car, is a good car, it's a...
Lada.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of time to... Oh, damn, to start it up.
I want a Lada so bad, man. Just the swag. Lada.
First model, man.
Lada. I want a Lada. Just for the swag, just to ride down the street and everybody's saying, yo, what the fuck? What car is that? I'm like, Lada, what up? Yeah, you guys don't know about this car, son. This is that Russian shit.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Yeah, so something changed. You changed, man. What happened to you, What like, you changed again, it's like there are damn Gemini. Fuck. Блять, hold on. Gemini, I'm confusing. But близнецы, twins. What is it's Gemini, right?
No. The word Gemini, it's like some Greek god.
Yeah.
Twins are just born at the same time.
No, but there's also a sign, man, like a
zodiac sign is Gemini, yeah, the two
Twins.
people, yeah.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Fuck, man, that's interesting, because you can feel it, right? This switch, at least I can.
Yeah, no, obviously, man. I told you, I go through some swings. Like, I wouldn't really call them mood swings, but I just don't always feel like fully happy all the time. Sometimes I'm just not enjoying a lot of things, and I can't get over it. And I need some new environment. Like, my fuel, as I've been telling you, is I love to be around new people all the time. Like some new stuff, even if they're lame, I don't care. Just something new, some new person gonna just pop up. And when I don't get that for a long time, my soul feels like the fire just starts going down. Just like I get bored too easily. Like nothing feels good. I don't feel like doing anything. I get anxiety. But when I start to do something again, so just go out, play basketball, just interaction with people. Then boom, my fire comes back on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm doing this podcast, because I'm hoping to be able to feed this fire constantly, all the time. New people. Bring a guest. Bring that one. Yeah. That guy's a good guy. Bring him. Let's talk.
Yo, that's an interesting point, man. Because what I've got recently is just the feeling as I displace or disattach myself from the society, or rather from these new people, and start to actually discover some things about myself. Because you know what? I don't get this idea of wow, I got this self-knowledge and that's it. Because dude, so many levels of it also exist, right? You just cannot, you have it on a certain level. So do I. And that's just we rise differently. But as I disattach, all right, I'm gonna put it simple. Before I tried to get some self-knowledge on through other people, knowledge about myself through other people. I thought that they might help me to understand myself better, but it turned out to be that actually not necessarily, not exactly. And when I got back to this room, with like this new mindset I've been referring this whole evening, just like I have a goal, reason, and a plan. That's it. And I tried to tell you 2 days or 3 days ago. I feel better, I have like, oh shit, I started to take notes. I've never done it. I actually, because I've watched this movie before, Vacant Life, in English. I didn't understand shit at that time. So now I'm watching it voiceover, Russian, and because this is the whole point of understanding, man. I just need to get this exposure. Fuck, I've been like 15 minutes through already. 15 people, man, 15 different people representing different ideas. Shit. Fuck, that movie is amazing. That's like, so what I want to say, man, is that so why do you need like this I guess there's a cultural footprint on you, right? Being raised in New York, and you are desperate for like, I just need some new environment, constantly new people. It's I don't want to put it like a comfort zone, but it's just like that's what you got used to have.
Yeah.
But from my side, and as you know, this feature that you have taught me, like, or I would rather use Socrates' way of what I've realized by talking with a New Yorker is just talking to strangers, to strangers, to unfamiliar and unknown people is a normal thing, and I use it. But when I stopped talking, on purpose, I just like see the guy, bullshit conversation. I expect that. I'm not gonna, all right, man, see you. Right, hi. There is nothing has changed really. You know what I mean? Like, so like I start to question my effort that I've put, like in the past with those people, because I've tried to make some friends, some connections, the dialogue was established, abridged, completely new hemisphere. But what I realized is just, nothing has changed really. Like this, nothing but my self-reality, right? I just understood that it's been fucking bullshit. Not that bad, but because I feel kind of disappointed, man. To be honest, I feel like fuck. I got knowledge from Sergey. Like Sergey inspired me to think. From you, Professor. All right, we got it. From those people, without our reflection, without your comments, man, that would be just meaningless. That's what I understand. Because you know what I'm trying to say, right? Those people are. I thought they're necessary, but it turned out to be they're not. They're not important. They're not necessary if I want to gain some self-realization, knowledge of myself, or at least I would say not all the time. So I'm just trying to to measure it, to measure their effort, their contribution to my improvement of self-knowledge, of gaining self-knowledge. Yeah, I'm finished. So I feel disappointed. I want to go back to this old mode where Fedor was staying in his room all the time and just like I didn't have a clear purpose, goal, reason, nothing. I was just doing it just in any cases. It feels like I got what I want, and brought it to my burrow. And I'm about to hibernate. With all of this. Bears go to the hibernation. Yeah, so you understand what I was watching this video, man. Donkey. Donkey is my favorite animal, man. They're like, yeah, yeah. It's like all the time. And cows, man. And cows. They're so funny. But yeah, sorry. Just like, I watched some stupid videos too, you know? Don't get me wrong. I was just like, yo. Just like sitting, learning some calculus, and then, yo, what sound makes a donkey, you know? Like, yeah. It's like, yeah, small horse. And it's just like, god damn, I would love to have one in my place, you know. Imagine having a donkey, man. Or how goose eats, well, not a corn. Fuck, green beans, man. Green, not beans, but green. Fucking, like corn is yellow.
Yeah.
I want
Peas.
Garo. Peas. Yeah.
Garo.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just say
Yeah.
garo.
Yeah, Garo. You gotta watch that video too, man. They're like, and I was like, why? Funny, you know.
Yeah,
So
'cause
yeah,
animals are the best, man. But yeah, man. I have to say it, man. I have to say it. But yeah, your idea was a little bit ridiculous, man. How could you get knowledge of self from other people? It's like oxymoron, you know. It's like obvious you're not gonna find it. Knowledge of self comes with spending time alone, man. That's how you get it.
But how no, that's preposterous to me. In order to understand, to even assess yourself, you have to you have to compare it to other people. I'm different than you.
Sometimes, yeah, but just because
that's
you're
that's a prerequisite, man, isn't it?
no, like you have to first know some things about yourself, and that doesn't always mean you're going to be by yourself. You could be like in the area where there's a lot of people, but still keep all your thoughts to yourself. You could be listening to somebody explain something, but still be keeping it all to yourself, right? Because when you're just alone, isolated in a room, yeah, you're gonna have a lot of thoughts. But when you're in a space where there's other things going on, animals walking, river running, trees, you're not technically by yourself either, right? In some aspects.
Yeah.
But it's the exploration of your own thoughts is how you gain knowledge of self. You're not going to get it from someone else's speech or their ideas. That's their stuff, you know. You might agree, but the whole point is you can only agree if you had your own idea first.
Yeah, that's right. But again, a human is a sociable, not sociable. Fuck.
Social animal.
A human, yeah, social animal. So there is no way that you can. So I just don't understand. I don't believe it.
If you're gonna, you're thinking about things on extremes. You're thinking about things on extremes. I'm not saying stay by yourself for the rest of your life. I'm saying to gain a real deep knowledge of yourself, you need to take a lot of time spending by yourself with your own thoughts and like exploring them, asking yourself questions, trying to answer them, looking back on your history, reflecting on your life. These are the things that give you knowledge of self.
Yo, you're right. You're right, dude. I want to say, it's gonna be my testament. Yeah. So I've been going to these extremes, roughly, frankly speaking, right? Because in one side, I was just like, yo, people, we gotta meet some like random people, At the same time, no, fuck them all. Gotta stay here. And in both of those state of my pursuit of self-knowledge. I want to teach you another word. I got left with a naked хуй. Damn, Russian shit. Я остался с голым хуем. Damn. Why you say this shit? Yes, yeah, just like you got just your D, man, and nothing else. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Shit. So, and at the same time, I was getting, I was what is the word? If I heard some interesting concept of ideas, I just got it, I adapted to myself right away. And I started, but this is the whole point, man. You know what? If you said like, oh, I'm gonna bring a good fucking example. I've been trying to find some ugly girls, because now I'm looking at, I wanna be a unique person in this regard. I wanna date the ugliest, or the average, the most average ones, that I've never done before. As you know, I've been trying to, put those fucking slots on the pedestal. Now, yeah, super average, the completely the opposite. I like this idea. It's not mine, but I adopted it, a little bit tweaked it, and now it's mine, isn't it?
Well, only you could answer it. I don't know. That's the whole point of knowledge of self, man.
But this knowledge of yourself, I got it from you. Not just sitting in my room and being like, yo, what if I'm just gonna date a moderate girl, just a...
Yeah, but let me ask you this question then. So when you decided you're gonna do that, what is the reason? Why do you want to do that?
All right, I have my reason, man. The first reason is that I've been, I wanted to get to that top level in my own standards, right? And I've never gotten to that. And then I decided maybe I might gain some experience, or rather knowledge, some techniques I can practice, I can work out with this, with some like communication skills with girls, with average girls that I'm not gonna put them on the pedestal. So I thought it's like an interesting idea, because I won't feel, this important, and if it's gonna fail, so let it be. I won't be so pissed off about it.
So there you go, man. Because that's not my reason for why I don't date super hot girls. That's your reason, and that came from you. I never told you that. So that's knowledge of self.
Yeah, wow, damn, that's right. No, hold on a second, man. So what is your reason?
My reason is because I just don't think they're that hot. Like I don't like this. I have looked historically at what is considered beautiful, and I don't agree with it. I don't see those as values. And actually, it was explained to me when I was in Jamaica that Jamaican people, it's just kind of like our traditions. It's like we like bigger girls, and that was not like considered beautiful, 10, like probably longer, like 20, 30 years ago. That was not, there was no such thing as thick girls. That wasn't a category. You were just fat or skinny, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So I guess, there's maybe some traditional reason why, like deep down, like maybe just as a kid, I saw people in my family with girls who were bigger and stuff. And that's one reason, but also, I just don't like girls who are so skinny. I like those model girls. They don't look hot to me at all, and that's why I don't. No. But
at the same time, you sent me that girl yesterday, right? 5 stars.
That girl is goddamn hot. That's why.
She has an oblong face, man. Her body is okay, but her face is not.
I think her face is beautiful. So.
Yeah, but that's a standard, that's a fashion standard. for the beauty.
Well,
Nowadays.
I don't know. I don't look into that. I mean, I would agree that probably a lot of people think she's hot, but I mean, I think she's just hot. There's no I can't deny that one. You know?
Yeah. But that's the whole point. But you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna. I would, if I had a chance, right? Yeah, she could get it right away, man. But but I would not I would not like. I wouldn't be eager to find somebody like her. I would rather date some fucking moderate girl, just a regular Chinese lady. Why? So I'm a little bit confused, man, because the idea is not mine. I got it. I copied that. But I have my own reason why I did it. Right? So, after all, it became what? This sublimation. Or, no, amalgamation. Fuck, these words. Of just two things got together, and now what is it, man? Is it like an idea that's mine? Or what is, how? Because
that's another philosophical question. What is the self? Where is the boundary between the self and a collection of other people's ideas? Because from a child, you're instructed by older people since you're a kid. So yeah, I can see, man.
You see this shit, man? Fuck.
Since you're young, you're always taught by someone else ideas. But you still have to decide how to implement them in your life, why you choose to follow this idea over another one. And that's what makes it you, because you still make some choices. I could hear a lot of ideas from people and I might accept them, but over time I might discard them and be like, oh yeah, that one, it was a bad idea. At the time it worked, but now it's useless. So over that long period of reassessing, that's what I'm talking about, reflection and stuff. Reassessing things like, oh yeah, I used to think this, and now I think like this. That evolution happens only inside yourself. It doesn't really come from outside. And you have to be able to recognize it too. If you can go back and think like, oh yeah, I used to think this, but why? Oh yeah, because that guy told me. And that guy was probably got that idea from this kind of older idea, like some traditional stuff, and I don't agree with that anymore. So it's like knowledge of self is like refining. You know this word, refining. Refining all these ideas that you have into something that most people don't share, or you would have to explain why you like this, or why you do this, or why you think like this.
Yeah, exactly. And I also got it from you, man. This understanding that I need to, I have to have a reason. Because as you know, you've been like, oh, why do you study, man? Remember, we like literally start this whole, I would say, crash course. Just on this question, yo, why do you study? I just need a diploma. Why? To get some money. But you can do this, you can work otherwise, It's like, yeah. So why do you study, man? Oh, I have no idea. So
that's the point. That's how you reveal to yourself, right? Because all I did was showed you that you didn't have your own reason. You didn't have the knowledge of yourself to know why you're doing something. That's all it was.
But so I have some knowledge of myself then. I have on a certain level, right?
Everybody does. There's no way to not know yourself completely, but the level of refinement is what's important. To have
I'm confused, man. Hold on a second. Refine. All right. Yeah, improve. Совершенствовать. Yeah, all right, I got it. Усовершенствовать. Refine. But how do we, all right, man, that's a good question. How to measure it? Like in the gym, I can log my progress. That's the best thing you can do, I did 200 pounds, now I do 300 or some shit. How do we assess how good, how good do you know yourself?
Well, it's different for everybody. I can just say for myself is if someone asks me a question about myself, I have a deep answer, for everything. If they ask me, why don't you cut your hair? I'm not going to say, oh, I don't know. I have a very specific reason because I explored this question in myself so many times. Yeah, why should I care about my hair? Oh, I shouldn't. Why? Oh, because it doesn't really have an effect. Oh, but why you don't think so? It does have an effect. And I just did this debate over and over and over until I got to the final point. And I could just say, oh, because I don't really value my hair because I just don't think it's important. And if someone else doesn't, then that's their choice. But I don't see it as something to judge someone. So I could give a deep answer that someone could not keep asking me. That question would just be done. They're not going to, oh, but why?
So yeah, I try to ask you this question, man. Have you ever had this problem of when you have this inner dialogue with yourself, and you got an interesting idea? So like I'm gonna when I have this interesting or some idea just popped up, oh, now I know some reason, I stop at that point. I feel kinda apprehensive. Yeah, exactly. Apprehensive of expanding this idea, of having some more questions, right? Asking, like, trying to examine something, or I'm scared to, to just like, good idea, but then boom, it stops, like it never existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I have had those moments, but that's the whole thing. Is like it takes a lot of time, and I've been asking myself questions since I was like 20 years old or something. So it's been a long development process for me.
Huh. It's clear that I don't really ask myself any questions, right? I mean, like, not in the form of like yeah, all right, how are you doing, Fedor? Right,
I never asked myself that question, but I think you know what I mean though about the questions. They should be like, I mean, they're not always why questions. Sometimes it's like, what are you doing? And why are you doing it or something? There's a why question. A lot of it is why, but it's also just like giving yourself objectives, right? I wanna know what I'm doing. Why am I doing it?
Yeah.
And then I gotta also look at my habits. It's like, why do I have this mark on my hand, and thinking about it. And also a lot of research, looking up psychology, philosophy stuff, and hearing.
So it's not like you got completely dispatched from the reality, and now you're by yourself, only like having a talk.
No. You got to learn just about a lot of things in life. And once you get this general knowledge of like all kind of stuff, animal behavior, sports, politics, history, culture, when you got a lot of that knowledge, then your questions become deeper and more solid, more like, how am I connected to that? Maybe that answers why I act in this way or why I'm attracted to this kind of people.
Yeah, interesting, man. Because this is the point. I've been probably doing this already.
You have,
but I just cannot formulate it. I cannot be that Phil or fucking Shakespeare motherfucker, which is gonna word it out and put it like into words. Like, that's how all those famous quotes, like, get created. So it's just like I've been doing it, but I don't really. It's happening subconsciously. I'm not actually aware, or to some extent, right? I might be aware on a certain level, and then other like 60% gonna be performing like in the gym. I'm aware what I'm doing, but what like the whole process, you know, this muscle connection, like how actually this, you know, super detailed shit, like how it's going, this fucking electrify impulses and neurons, they're like doing this exercise, fuck, I forgot, curling my biceps. Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, exactly. I'm trying, man, you know, I'm trying to understand. That's why I got to the philosophy final. I just want to know about it, you know, what people think, and you know, yeah, do some research. And I don't know, man, I just got disappointed in people, because yeah, again, I start to feel that I this imaginary that I have imagined, you know, in my head. No, people around me, man, I get disappointed in that Pakistani motherfucker that we actually say hi, we have a small talk. I try to ask deep questions. He doesn't know. Because this rare moments, like with Sergey, right, that I can really be myself and get something solid, get something back. It's not like I'm just like, it's a very meaningful conversation to me.
Yeah. Did you ask yourself why you could connect with Sergey and you could not connect with that Pakistani guy?
Yeah, because we speak the same language. But that guy could speak English as well.
Yeah, and that's not his first language, probably.
Yeah, you're right. So you think it has a big impact factor, right?
Language and culture, bro. Like this. Cannot snap it off.
Damn. That's right. That explains why we are close. That's right. Fuck, man. When you know this information, it's oh yeah, it becomes easier to come to terms. Yeah, exactly. My favorite line in English from now on. Come to terms, man. Perfect. So alright, I got it. Alright, dude.
Yeah, so, it adds to your patience too, because you can just understand, oh yeah, I understand now why this guy does as he does, you know, why he acts like this, why he cannot answer these questions. So I can just be patient. I can just wait, you know, until the right moment comes where you never know, like 10 days from now, you might just decide, yeah, I want to talk to that Russian guy again. Like, maybe not. Maybe it never comes. Who knows?
Who is not?